Hello. Hello. This is the start of my little mini podcast. I don't really know what makes it mini. It's a bit more of a concept at this point than it is a real thing. I don't have a name for it yet. I'm going to have to come up with that after I've recorded this. I'm going to have to figure out how to edit videos, which I haven't done since I was about 15. There's a lot of stuff that's left to be figured out, but it's my 25th birthday today. I've had this idea in the pipeline for a while, and I thought, what better way to kick it off than to just do a short little episode talking about plans for the podcast, some guests that have agreed to potentially get involved. Nothing guaranteed. I've literally just asked some of these guys if they'd be keen to do a podcast with me, and they've said yes. So they may do it, they may not, depending on scheduling and interest, that sort of thing. But yeah, I was keen to just get the ball rolling really and do the first little episode. I'm completely winging it. I haven't got any script, I haven't got any notes, much like my life, to be honest. But yeah, I figured it'd be a good place to start. You have to start from somewhere. And I, like I'm sure many other people, often have a bit of, analysis paralysis, where you're kind of planning and preparing and trying to make things perfect and really not getting anything done, and eventually you psych yourself out of actually doing something and taking some steps forward. And that's kind of why I wanted to just jump into the first episode, really. As I said, it's my 25th birthday today. There's a lot of things I've realised at turning 25. The first one being, where the fuck has the last 5-6 years gone? Like, for real? I don't know if anyone else feels like that when they turn 25, or whether it's just me. But I quite like it at the same time as well. Like, I feel like I'm a much more well-rounded person than I was like 5 years ago, for example. I feel much wiser. Like, I've, even just within music, right, my production has gotten so much better in the last 5 years. So it's not all bad, but this is one of the things I've had in the pipeline for a while, and here we are doing it. So to crack on with it, plans for guests. I've got a few people in mind who I really want to bring on first and foremost, and I've asked who, and they're keen to do it. Again, whether or not they actually do it is we'll find out, because like I said, this is just a concept at the moment. Schedules might conflict or interest might change. It's one of those things, really. But Hybel, my longtime friend Aaron, who I first met way back in 2015 at a DJ competition that we were doing at university. It seems like a million years ago now, but it was only 5 years ago. That was a really, really fun little event that we did. It was just part of like our university's. It was like some club promoter in Reading. I went to university in Reading, and it was really good fun. And we very quickly kind of clicked, realised that we were into the same sort of dance music, because when I was at university, the vast majority of people were into like deep house and techno and garage and grime and like very UK and European kind of oriented genres, like mainly UK genres, I guess. And there wasn't that many people who were into like EDM, like the stuff that was kind of blowing up in the US at the time. And also, I guess that kind of music didn't really take a hold, in the UK, and still hasn't really. So we kind of very quickly connected over our mutual interest in that. And then we just started doing studio sessions, started producing stuff. Very quickly realised he was a very talented natural producer. I mean, he'd literally been doing it for a couple of months when I met him, I think, like barely even that. And then he played me a remix that he did, just using like an a cappella from Queen. Can't remember exactly which track it was, but I think it was Radio Gaga, actually. Yeah, from memory. And he played it to me, and I was like, this is sick. Like, because I'd done loads of production sessions with other people at that point, and everyone was always like, oh yeah, I'm a producer as well, I'm a DJ as well. And I'm like, yeah, nice, let's do a session, let's do some sort of collaboration, and then I'd get into a studio with them and they'd play me their music and it sounded like what I was making when I was like 14. No disrespect to them, because, you know, if you're having fun, then there's nothing wrong with that. But I was like, oh, I need to find someone who's at the same level as me, if not better. And that's why I was really grateful that I bumped into Aaron and we started doing studio sessions. I learned a lot from him very quickly, improved my music massively. He then dropped out of university, so we kind of didn't really hang out that much after that, but we did a lot of our talking online, and we'd constantly just bounce music off each other. I'd always send him my new stuff, he would send me his new stuff, and we had like a really good production relationship going on where we kind of was just, we were learning off each other. And then he fucking blew up, right? He made a track in 2015, a remix of Chainsmokers' Let You Go, and it got like a couple of million plays like within a few months. Aaron will probably correct me if that's wrong, but it blew up rapidly. And then all of a sudden he was doing stuff for, major music labels, major artists, that kind of stuff. So I really kind of formed that friendship at the right time, because I still hassle him with questions about production and mix downs and all that kind of stuff, and he very kindly obliges with responses and checks out my stuff, which I'm really grateful for. So he'll be probably the first guest on this little podcast. Some other people I've asked if they want to get involved: Chase Keller, otherwise known as George, but Chase is his artist name. He, again, really long time DJ and producer friend. We actually went to the same school, but at like different times. We didn't really hang out at school. It was only when I was just leaving school. He used to like DJ all the parties that I went to. Like, everyone in my year at school had like these big 18th birthday parties, and George always used to DJ for them. And I sent him a few of my songs, and he sent me a few of his, and then we started doing studio sessions and stuff. And then since then, we've done quite a lot of stuff. We've done long studio sessions well into the early hours of the morning. We've done a few gigs. He quite regularly does like the university circuit in the UK, so Exeter Uni. I think we did King's College as well. But yeah, he does loads of stuff. Really cool producer, really fun guy, really nice guy. And I'm really excited to get him on the podcast as well, because he's a chatterbox. Like, he loves a good chat, which would be great content, I'm sure. And he's just full of excitement and energy for what he does, and passion for what he does. So hopefully he'll be on as well. Alex Hobson, who I don't know personally, but I've followed for a little bit and really, really enjoy his music. Lots of deep house, lots of tech house, really cool producer. Only really just started to like follow him as a person a bit more, like on Instagram and stuff, like his stories and videos, and he seems like he's got a good sense of humor. So hopefully get him on. Seems like it'd be a good laugh. John Barnard, I hope I'm saying his name right, because I've again, I don't know him personally, but I followed his music for quite a while, and he's followed me for a little bit as well. And yeah, really cool producer, really, really nice, like summery sound, really good house music. He's on Stranger Fruits and a bunch of other cool labels as well, so hopefully get him on. And then there's just a bunch of other people that I've worked with as well, a lot of American singers, a few producers from over there as well, which it'd be really cool to talk to them, because they'll obviously have different perspectives on the music industry, what it takes to build a following, how they're kind of progressing their respective careers and whatnot. And it should be really good fun. I'm excited. This all kind of spawned a little bit from a running joke that my friends at university have, where they call me Radio Matt, because we used to all live in a house together, right? And I just love talking. Like, I'm a chatterbox. I absolutely love it. And I'm a slow eater as well. I'm a really slow eater. And we used to make these like group dinners, and they would all finish within like 5-10 minutes, and I would have like barely even started, because I was so excited to just talk to them all that I wouldn't even like start my food, and then by the it'd be like 20-30 minutes deep before I even finish. And they'd all be off doing their own thing. So yeah, it's kind of spawned from a running joke from them, but also it gave me a good idea. I might name the podcast something to do with Radio Matt. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, lots of exciting stuff. I've certainly got a lot of topics that I want to cover. The kind of content I want to produce is hopefully going to be quite funny, quite entertaining, informative as well, though. And also just giving a bit of exposure to not only myself and my own music, but other people that I bring on, and just kind of shoot the shit with them, really, and kind of explore who some of my favorite DJs and producers are behind the scenes, and hopefully other people find that interesting as well. So I'll wrap this up. Hopefully that gives you a little kind of inclination as to how I speak and how I communicate, and whether or not it might be something you'd be interested in viewing or listening to down the line. I've still got to figure out how to get this on Spotify and the other podcast places. And if I do interviews and not interviews, but if I do episodes with the people I just mentioned, I'm going to obviously spend a lot more time preparing. This was completely off the cuff. I just wanted to kind of break through the analysis paralysis barrier and get started. But those episodes will be well prepared on my end, so I'll have good questions, and hopefully we'll have some good conversations, and it will be enjoyable to listen to. So yeah, exciting stuff.